This is an absolutely spectacular world. Like I said, it's just a big playground. I mean, you just cruise through one after another of these, and they're just columns and columns. From the road, it looks like they're kind of endless. It's possible to get lost in here, so keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on your surroundings, know where you are. But man, what a cool world. This is absolutely fantastic. Super stoked to be in here. I can't even tell you how stoked Park Junkie is to be here in the Fiery Furnace, finally. All right, friends, here in Arches National Park at the Visitor Center, just picked up my permit to roll into the Fiery Furnace. It is the beginning of November here. Shouldn't be too fiery today. I think temperature's in the 50s, so it's prime time for a little desert adventure. We're headed up into the park now. We're gonna be at the Fiery Furnace trailhead in just a few minutes. Let's roll. All right, friends, welcome back to Park Junkie. What is up? Todd C here today. The place to be, the Fiery Furnace, Arches National Park. It's a permit-only hike here right in the center of Arches National Park. This baby is a firestorm in the summer, but right now, mid-November, early November actually, not too bad in here, I don't believe. Temperatures in the 50s today. Should be great temperature for making our way through the little labyrinth here that is the Fiery Furnace. So we've got our permit from the Visitor Center. We went through that whole rigmarole, watched a little video telling you what to do and what not to do here in the Fiery Furnace. So now we're gonna jump on the trail, head on into the depths of the furnace and see what spooky little events lurk in there today. So let's roll. All right, so the Fiery Furnace is one of these places that I've been wanting to come for years. I've been wanting to explore in here for as long as I've known it existed. However, it is, as I said earlier, it's permit only access in here, and it books up, and you have to go through the whole process of reserving it and getting in here. There's really no trail, it's just kind of a route, sort of winds its way through these big towers of rocks and these canyons that go in every direction. So it's going to be exciting to make our way through here today, no doubt. All right, so this is a fun little adventure in here in the Fiery Furnace. There's a route, like I said. Now you can come in here and go in whichever direction you want, but you want to keep in mind that this is a confusing piece of terrain here and it's pretty easy to get lost. So they have a route that's vaguely laid out. There are some stairs cut in, as you see, a little handrail here. And then when you get up into these little sections like this, you look back and see that there's a sign right here. That sign tells us that there's a dead end ahead. So which way do we go? Well, we cut back this way and we're gonna go about 20 feet over here to our right. And then you can see that this is the trail through this little slot right here. Very exciting, pretty cool, huh? Surprise! Yeah, you never know what's going to be up these little canyons. That right there is Surprise Arch. And you can see why it's called Surprise Arch. You cruise up this little canyon here. Ooh, boom, surprise. Look at that. Whew. Yeah, this is one giant playground. Wow, I mean, really cool already. I'm kind of blown away at what's going on here in the Fiery Furnace. Just a system of slot canyons basically laid out, very short, very sweet, each one of them leading to some unknown cavern on the other side. There are plenty of routes in here. As I said, you can take the standard route, which is what we're on right now, or for the little more adventurous folk, you can jump out and take any of these little alleyways that lead into a absolute unknown world. Right, left, up, down, it doesn't really matter. There are some technical routes in here, canyoneering routes, which require rope, harness, and the ability to use them. But for the most part, you can go through here on hands, feet, and just kind of scrambling along and do just fine from what I see thus far. But there's nothing off limits. The park does advise that you should stay in the wash bottoms, don't disturb the vegetation, and try to preserve the environment as you find it. No doubt that is an important aspect of traveling here in the Fiery Furnace. But I mean, look at this. This is an absolutely spectacular world. Like I said, it's just a big playground. I mean, you just cruise through one after another of these, and they're just columns and columns. From the road, it looks like they're kind of endless. So, as I said, it's possible to get lost in here, so keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on your surroundings, know where you are. But man, what a cool world. This is absolutely fantastic. Super stoked to be in here. I can't even tell you how stoked Park Junkie is to be here in the Fiery Furnace, finally. Wow, it really opens up out here, eh? What a cool world. Just one canyon after another. You can go up there should you want. You can go over there, down there, out there, wherever you want. Yeah, so a lot of ins and outs, a lot of what have yous. This area here took a wrong turn, believe it or not. I know, it's strange that I should do that in a place like this, but sometimes Park Junkie's map isn't exactly accurate. It's okay. We'll head back here, see what spooky scenery evolves as we continue upward. So yeah, as you're traveling through here, you want to stay on the slick rock as much as possible. And if you can't do that, you want to stay on the traveled areas in little washes and whatnot. What you don't want to do is step on this sort of stuff right here. This is cryptobiotic soil, biological crust, they call it in the video. We always knew it as crypto. Don't bust the crust, bro, you know, that kind of thing. That's this stuff right here. Sort of acts as a sponge here in the desert, soaks up water, gives plant life a chance to take hold here, and provides a nice microbiological soil for the sustainability of life in these harsh desert environments. As we see behind us here, an endless array of canyons, and we're headed up into it. All right, as I examine my map, I notice that somewhere back in this labyrinth here, there's an arch called Skull Arch. I think that would be really cool to check out, but I find nothing but dead ends right here. So we're gonna go around the other side and see if we can't find a little viewpoint of Skull Arch on the other side of this rock labyrinth. It goes back in here. So let's go this direction now. All right, friends, and there you have it, Skull Arch. We did locate the arch. Just a quick little jaunt off the trail. There's a little canyon that leads up to this beautiful arch right there, Skull Arch. You can see why this is referred to as Skull Arch, and it's a very cool sight just after Halloween, no doubt. Very scary, I might add, very scary. All right, gang, I cannot overemphasize how cool it actually is in here. I mean, Utah is a world of canyons, and I've explored plenty of canyons out here, but I don't know if I've ever found a greater concentration of canyons than right here in the Fiery Furnace. There's a canyon here, and you can see this spire back there. And then there's a canyon here, which splits into a canyon going that way, and then going that way as well. And that one splits into two more immediately. And then we've got two more canyons right here. I mean, and these are massive canyons. These aren't exactly small. You can see them opening up behind me. Just a labyrinth of canyons. Everywhere you look out here in the Fiery Furnace, what a spectacular place. I mean, just look at that. Boom. And a canyon, another canyon going that way, which splits into two or three more canyons just over here. It's insane. There's a limitless number of canyons to explore here in the Fiery Furnace. Oh man, there are some gnarly old trees in here. Just look at this guy right here, hanging on. How many years has that thing been here? Probably when it started, there was sand right where its base is, and then it just continued to stretch downward in search of water. Has a good root system in this little wash, but man, that thing has been here for a while. And then we look at this old relic right here. Boom, still hanging in there, but looks like it doesn't have much left. All right, kids, and just like that, we are exiting the fiery furnace. You can see the fiery furnace viewpoint, the overlook right there. So this trail just winds right back into the viewpoint and puts you back at the parking lot. Man, what a spectacular run it is through the fiery furnace. That's one cool section of earth right there, and I will be back in there. In fact, once I get back to the parking lot here, I'm really debating just heading on through for another loop. All right, gang, well, that is a quick trip into the fiery furnace here. Not a lot of miles on that one, but the scenery out of this world stellar. Some of the best canyon scenery you're gonna find in Utah, and that's coming from, that's saying a lot coming from me. I've wandered through canyons in this state, in the southern part of the state for the past 25 years, and that place, that's gonna take the ticket right there. It's some of the coolest canyon country I've ever seen. Oh man, well, it's a windy, nasty fall day out here in Arches once you get out. Really nice climate-wise, but the wind's just whipping the sand in your face. It's just nasty, so that's gonna be it for here in Arches today. Hey friends, as always, thanks for joining me here on Park Junkie. I appreciate you tagging along. Glad we can get out into these spaces. And if you want to check me out, head over to parkjunkie.com. You can also get me on Instagram at @theparkjunkie and Facebook Park Junkie as well. All right, friends, so as always, thanks for tuning in here. I appreciate your patronage here on Park Junkie, and we'll catch you on down the road, my friends. Cheers.